It didn't take much more than a bottle and 2 chairs to make a speakeasy. This is what Daniel Okrent said in his book, Last Call, The Rise and Fall of Prohibition. Today, join us for some stories. Get your own bottle, glass, or mug, and relax. This is Speak Easily, and I'm your host, Krista Stauffer.
I wouldn't even know how to date again. I met him online.
Did you really?
Online dating before it was cool.
Okay.
Before it was really creepy. Before Bumble. Before Tinder.
I don't know Bumble.
All that stuff. So
okay.
it was called Plenty of Fish, which I didn't know was like a hookup site. I was trying to look for my one true love. And he finds me and he looks at my profile and then he messaged me, but I saw he looked, so I was like, yo, I see you looking at me, what's good? And he's like, hello, my name is Matthew, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, shit, this guy is smart, and I'm not here ghetto, still in college, because I took some time to drink a lot.
Yeah.
And
fair.
Our first date was at Outback, but it was funny because I had a backup date after.
Oh, did you really?
At the bar next door. I was smart.
Okay.
I was in college.
Did you go to that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I still went. He gave me the whole I'm going to California for a couple of weeks. I'll call you when I get back. I was like, yeah, you're never going to call me. Thanks for the free meal. I'm hungry. I'm starving. I'm a college student. And then he called me every day he was out in California.
Really?
I know. What a sweetheart.
Huh.
And then once we started dating, he stopped being a sweetheart.
Well, yeah.
No, he stopped when we got married. He's like, oh, I bagged that. I'm done.
Yeah.
I was like,
oh. Yeah. Online date. We did, I had a girlfriend in college that I lived with, and she did Match.com. I mean, this is 2003, so this is way back then.
Yeah, when it was still fresh. People were like,
still,
don't do you go online, you may find a rapist.
It was almost worse than meeting somebody in a bar
at
that point in time. And I think I did Match.com for 3 weeks, and then it matched me with somebody I went to high school with.
And you're like, absolutely
nope,
not.
No, I'm done. I'm good. I'm good now, and I don't want this.
No.
I
it's funny because my parents are from Africa, and they're always like, don't meet people on the internet. I watched a Lifetime movie, and this. I was like, oh my god, stop watching Lifetime. That was our talk. We gotta talk about the Birds and the Bees. Let's watch this Lifetime movie. And then, all right, do you know what you watched? All right, don't do it.
Don't do that.
I'm like, I was like, wait, what? I don't get it. I don't know what happened.
Why was it so flowery?
And then I meet a guy on the internet.
Yeah.
And it's like, you gotta date an African guy and keep the family heritage going. And then met a white man.
Yeah. What country are your parents?
My dad's from Angola, my mom's from Zaire.
Okay.
But they're like, oh, he's white, he must have great credit. I was like, I guess not how this works, Mom. And little do they know, at one point, before I left my corporate job, I had better credit than my husband. I was like, take that, Mom. Careful. Not every white guy has great credit.
Yes, it's true.
That's racist.
What does he do? Is he corporate?
Kind of is. He works for BarkBox. Have you heard of BarkBox?
I do know BarkBox.
Yeah. He actually got the job because of me, but he'll never admit that.
That's okay.
But I will. Yeah, he's one of... honestly, I don't even know what he does.
No.
He just is always in meetings. It's always a meeting. And he works from our house now, which I'm like, great, so I can't vacuum.
Uh-huh.
Because you're in a meeting.
Yeah.
About what? I don't know.
No.
But you're getting paychecks, so I'm like, I know you're not a drug dealer. I know you're doing something.
It's hard to deal drugs from home.
Yeah. Well, it might be, and people do that now through Snapchat.
What?
Yeah, girl. TikTok told me.
TikTok is an informant
TikTok
beast.
told me all about
TikTok
that.
TikTok told me. It's legit. I found it on the internet. Now people like to snap because you can't, if you take a screenshot, it tells people. So
yeah.
I got this. I don't know. I'm old now. I don't.
Snapchat I couldn't get into. I did it when I was on a trip with middle school and high school kids.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know if I was trying to be cool like them or just check out Snapchat. It lasted for approximately 3 weeks. I'm like, I'm done. This is... I can't.
I have it. I'm like, dude, the minute Instagram took what Snapchat was doing and added it, I'm like, oh, I can do it on Instagram. It's easier.
Right.
I'm like a one service area. I don't want to have different apps or different things. I have ADD. I don't want to have to go and then I forget why I'm moving here.
Right.
And then I'm like, oh, a squirrel. And next thing you know, I'm like, I was doing something on my phone. What was I doing?
I had a mission.
There was a mission. There was a reason I opened up my phone.
Do you have maybe this is a mom thing, but I will literally forget something walking 3 steps away from it.
Mm-hmm.
But if I go back to the place I was at, it comes back.
sometimes I just go and I just stand there and I'm like this. I usually do like this.
Yeah. I did that yesterday.
He'll look at me. I'm just like, hold on. I was doing something.
Right.
And I'll walk and I was like, oh,
there it is.
And it's like toilet paper.
Yeah.
He's just like.
Somebody mentioned something yesterday, and I was like, what was I doing? What was I doing? And the coworker I had was like, I was talking about. I said, that's it. Thank you. That's what I was getting.
If you just like recap the last like 5 words, it comes back to me.
But sometimes it's just gone.
And then you're like, fuck it. Sorry, I curse a lot. So
no, you're in the right place.
Okay, I was just like,
you're fucking right.
Did you know that Instagram will actually like bleep out your curse words now?
Really? Automatically?
Yeah, automatically. I was like,
really?
I'm like, that's weird.
That's
that's suspicious.
I'd test that to its full limits.
But I was actually on my business Instagram account, so I'm like, that makes sense. I do sell kids clothing. I shouldn't be cursing and saying fuck.
It's hard though.
But if you get my personal one, I'm like, this is fucking bullshit, bro. Please don't bleep that the fuck out.
Do you? This is a weird question. Do the kids hear the cursing sometimes?
I try not to. I have this filter without knowing that I can spell the curse words around kids.
Oh, you can still use that.
And I can not as much.
Longer,
with my son, I can. My daughter, we went to Florida and we actually just got back. I missed it already. And I was like, yeah, if we ever go to Disney, she's like, Disney? I was like, fuck. I'm like, and we're done with that.
Yes.
Yeah, either do Spanish or spell it backwards, but spelling it backwards is just too much.
Like,
so I'm just like, we'll just text.
Yeah.
And she doesn't know my password yet, so we'll text if you need to say anything. But yeah.
Mine are, because they're older, you know, we haven't been always great, especially during COVID, about keeping our mouths
You're going to do so much.
closed. Yeah. So they have discovered that there are certain times and places where it can be used. Like, we taught them the game Bullshit. Oh, they love it. They're like, can we play Bullshit? And it's just this enunciated, like...
Because they only say it
I get to
ask.
say it.
Yep.
Bullshit. And then there's the shop uptown, Sindaloo. We walked in there, and they each called out all of the naughty socks that they have in there.
Of course.
Mom.
We're reading it.
Yeah. Mom, this one says, my children are assholes. And I was like, so I should get those?
Because right now, you're proving this sock correct.
Yep.
Yeah, it's great. Kids are great.
They're fun.
This is why I drink a lot.
No, right there with you. And yours are 4 and 6? Okay.
And we're trying for a third.
Are you?
Which my uterus is like being really ghetto and not wanting to pop for. She's like, hot girl summer, sperm's coming my way. My egg's like, nope. She's like, don't touch me, don't do that. And I'm like, no, egg, you can meet the sperm. She's like, nah, I'm cool. I want to dodge and leave the sperm, not going to touch me. I'm like, no, you want to let them. She's like, no, thank you.
What do the kids do over the summer?
Me.
Yeah.
Me, I'm just like, all right, here's your tablet. Here, screen time. You'll be fine. You'll get over it.
Do you get that? Like today, I had that anxiety of like, what am I supposed to do with them this summer?
I don't yet until this first day.
Yeah.
I'm over here like, what am I gonna do with them over fucking spring break?
Yeah, we haven't planned that out either.
You're supposed to go to Florida again. My husband's like, babe, we were just in Florida. I can't afford this again. I was like, so OnlyFans.com. Should I sign up now? People like stretch marks. I can show a little ass cheek. He's like, don't. I'm like, why are you scared your dad's going to see it? You think your dad has an OnlyFans account? Like, so I was like, all right, you won't go.
In fact, though, we don't want to know if he does.
I know. I wouldn't tell. No, I would tell my girlfriend, like, girl, guess who paid you $1,000 for my feet pics? My father-in-law. This nasty mother effer. No, so I was like, spring break, we just have to like, I don't know.
Do things.
See grandma. Hey, grandma, you miss your grandkids? Good. Yeah. Outside on the porch.
That's what my husband's taking my younger one out of town because my eldest and I are going to New York in June. So I'm kind of like, what do I do in the meantime?
Right.
Mom, hey.
Literally, my in-laws live like 5 minutes away from us. So
that's helpful though.
I know, but my parents live hours away. I could be like, hey, let's go visit grandma and grandpa and hear about their stories.
Are they in the States now?
Yeah, they're still here. They're in Pennsylvania, where I came from. I'm just...
Oh, you're from Pennsylvania?
Yeah. I moved out here in 2013.
Okay.
Before I forget, am I supposed to be doing something like, is there a cue, or were you
We've already started. This is how we roll.
Oh, shit! Put that on TikTok. That thing. Oh, shit.
This is how we roll.
Oh, yeah. This is so informal.
That's the way I like it.
Me too!
Yeah. No, it's
now I'm like, let me get comfortable.
Right. Yeah. No, this is how we've always done it, is just kind of like, I'd rather have a conversation than
Yeah.
welcome. There have been a couple times where we tried where I actually welcomed and had to look direct to camera. And
Uh-huh.
it felt, I sucked at it.
You weren't great at it.
And
No.
I mean, I work on camera, so it shouldn't have been a big deal, but it just put this weird formality to starting it.
That's
Yeah.
it gives it this whole air of just like, hi and welcome to our
Yeah.
show, which all of a sudden puts anybody kind of a little bit on the defensive.
Right.
And when we're talking to people, it's nice to be able to just get to them and
Yeah.
talk to them versus the wall.
And I always love and it happens with every single guest, is the moment where it's like, are we recording?
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, when do we start? Oh, we've been doing it. What?
Yeah.
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 I think I just had like an office moment, like, oh shit. I always wanted you to look at the camera like, yeah, yeah.
You did it. It
Thank
worked.
you.
It
Please
worked.
send me that one clip. So I can put it on.
We'll make that the tag for this.
Yes,
Shit.
please. Oh, shit.
No, I love it. And the other fun part is that we don't really edit unless requested,
Nice.
because it's a conversation.
Exactly.
We edit. There's a couple. We had to edit a couple things. My mother's. I got to interview my mom,
Oh,
which was
nice.
super fun. Yeah, she's fun anyway.
There you
I
go.
want to get grandma on here.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yes.
there was, I think my favorite Christmas gift I got last year was my mom sat down with my grandma
Mhm.
and had a picture of my grandma's mother as a child. So I guess like great for
Yeah.
me. And grandma talked about her mom's family, and it was just like, this is the best Christmas gift I've ever received.
I literally, when I was talking to my husband, I was like, I wanted to talk to my dad about his life, because I
Yeah.
don't know much about my family,
Yeah.
and I don't know I forget what brought it up. It was, I think my aunt. This is complicated. So my aunt posted a happy birthday picture of her mother, and her mother, I think, just turned 79.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense for my aunt's mom to be 79.
Yeah.
And I realized that I'm pretty sure that my aunt's mom is my dad's sister, which means that my aunt is actually my cousin. Camera again. So,
What?
yeah, and I think maybe because of like the age difference, my dad's like 70, 1944, so he'll be 78 this year.
Okay.
That dude, because clearly he was still having sex.
Yeah.
Ew, gross.
Yeah,
Ew.
no.
He was 41 when he had me. My mom was 28. It's like, ew. It's like,
Oh,
it's like
wow.
R. Kelly. Ew.
She was legal.
Yeah. With me, I'm trying to think. My sister she was 21 with my older sister, Pauline. So yeah. So, but still, ew.
Ew.
Mommy. Ew.
No,
He's
those
old.
are things we don't want to think
Yeah.
about.
I'm like, you have sex? Ew. And he did it 5 times at least to have us 5 kids. But
Five
like,
kids.
right, yeah. I'm right in the middle. But like,
Okay.
so I think out of respect, instead of saying, hey, cuz, it was like, hey, auntie.
Yeah.
But that actually makes my cousins my second cousins.
I don't understand beyond the cousins. I don't know.
I have to look up a chart every
Yeah,
time.
I do
Yeah,
too.
so I'm just like, I don't know jack shit about my family, if you bring it down like that. And
Do you
so
would he be willing to talk about it?
I think so. Like, I know bits and pieces. I know he was in a war in Angola
Okay.
when he was very young.
Huh.
And I know that he came to America on like some type of like he had to flee his country, and so the U.S. brought
gosh.
him here with his family.
Wow.
And but he didn't really tell me because I'm his child. But like he would tell my husband all this good shit. I'm like, oh,
Thanks.
you don't think I can
Dad.
handle it? So now, so I was like, hey, like I'm like your granddaughter, my daughter. It's like she's doing a family tree. I lied. I totally lied to him, and was like, I need to know like, she needs to know like her grandparents, and their date of birth, and then their siblings,
Yeah.
and like her grandpa's parents' date of birth and their full names. And he sent me all of them. Like, I'm gonna make a fucking family tree. I'm gonna map this shit out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like Google stuff. I'm gonna call like Shonda Rhimes. Like, this would be a great show
Yeah.
about how he had to flee to America because there was like a 3-party fight in his country, and the party he was fighting with was allied with Zaire, where my mom was from, and
Yeah.
the U.S. Other party was aligned with the French, where these people fled to,
my gosh.
and the other party was aligned with the Portuguese. Oh my, what the fuck?
Oh. When would that, like the 50s or 60s then? If he was
My
young.
dad was born in 44. The fighting didn't really end until, I know their country had their independence in 97. I don't even know, girl.
Wow. It's fascinating though.
This is one of those things like when you have ADD and once you start, you can't stop and you go on the rabbit. This is like a rabbit hole that I have to invest a whole day and not care about my kids to go down. I can't do it today.
That's summer.
That's true. I don't have to go anywhere. I don't have to drive anyone to school or dance. Here's your tablet. It's fully charged. Leave me alone. There's snacks in the pantry. Help yourself.
I think that, I mean, I don't know how, because yours were a little bit younger than during COVID, but I feel like being stuck at home, teching out is a thing. Mm-hmm. Just because there was nothing else that we could do.
I tried not to. I had left my corporate job at Nationwide. They were not on my side.
My husband worked there too.
No, not at the end. At the beginning, they were great. I switched departments, and they left my side. I'm like, all right, I'm leaving. Deuce. And I was like, we're going to move. And we moved into a house we rented the weekend before they shut down the world. So I was like, well, I'm no longer working conveniently. Like, I put my 2 weeks in before they were shutting down.
Okay.
And so, it was like St. Patty's Day. And they're like, all right, everyone's working from home for the rest of the, starting now. I was like, well, my last day is on Friday. Like, my last day is today. We're going to pay you out for the rest of the week. I was like, peace.
Okay. Thank you.
This is going to be great. I'm going to be at home. I can, decorate. Kids will be in daycare. They're like, no. Everything's shut down. I was like, I got to raise my kids.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I have to actually be a parent?
Right.
I'm like, no. And I always wanted to have, a living room with no TV so you can come in, sit and talk. That lasted a week.
Okay.
We got the TV up.
Yep.
My son was 2.
Was he 2? Okay.
Yeah, 2. My daughter was 4. My daughter, up until that point, was ready for kindergarten.
Okay.
She was super smart. She was, potty trained by the age of, before, well, they're 2 years and a day apart. I know. Clearly, December was a great month to have sex. We thought we'd do it for
Happy
charm.
holidays!
Didn't happen again. My husband's like, you know what's going to happen. We're going to have sex in December. You're going to get pregnant, have a baby right after it. And then December came and went. I was like, yeah, your sperm ain't fucking doing this.
So, September babies?
I don't know. Whenever it decides to want to work.
When do they... No, what... Are they born in September then?
They were born in August.
August?
My kids never go full term.
Right on. Mine did. They wanted to stay in there for very long times.
My son was like, I'm going to come out now. Okay, I'm like,
how early?
Son was 3 weeks early. My daughter was 2 weeks early.
Oh, jeez.
Thoughts and prayers for my vagina.
The escape.
And I want to do it again.
Well, it's okay. We forget.
I don't.
You don't?
I don't. I remember all of it. It was rough. PTSD.
I can't remember any of it.
I remember all of it in detail.
I think I pushed it down.
Girl,
Turn it off.
I pushed. A lot. No, but so my daughter was ready for kindergarten. She was smart. She was coloring at the lines. She was great. My son wouldn't talk a lot. So my doctor thought he'd be maybe autism on the spectrum, but you still think he is.
Yeah.
And so when he was home, I was like, all right, I'm like, say your words. Say, mommy. Like, mommy, I want a snack, please. And then I would stop and say, you want a snack? And he's like, please. I'm like, yay. And then now he won't shut the fuck up.
So it worked.
And he's just like, mommy, I'm just very hungry and I'm using my nice words. Can I have a snack, please? I'm like, just go get it. But I'm just scared. Can you not be scared? Can you be a big boy? I'm not scared. There's no crackheads downstairs. He's trying to say Kraken, but he comes out as crackheads. I'm like, when they went in Westerville, we're fine.
But the Kraken.
I'm like, there's no crackheads.
Where did he learn Kraken?
Shark Dog.
I don't know what Shark Dog is.
Netflix show. Something about
like animated?
Yes, but there was a Kraken, and now he thinks the crackheads are everywhere. I'm like, no, we're in Westerville. It's fine.
Crackheads here.
I mean, probably somewhere.
Well,
yeah, you know.
I mean, there's crackheads everywhere.
Everywhere, but I'm like, not in the suburbs.
Yeah.
No, not up here. But no, so I try not to do the technology at first. And then, we had a ranch-style house with a basement. My husband worked in the basement. I'm like, you need to be quiet so Daddy can work. There's not a lot of room here for you guys to do anything. Right. So I'm like, here's the TV. Mickey Mouse Clubhouse was played over and over and over and over.
What is the tool that they use?
Toodles.
I think I saw a couple. We were a little bit older than that, so they didn't get into that one. I can't remember. I mean, we still did a lot of Sesame Street when they were kids.
But yeah, I'm just like, dude.
Yeah.
we're all gonna need therapy, so it'll be fine. Just go.
Ours
Watch
just
your
went
tablet.
feral. You know, it's sort of just like, I'm gonna get a snack now. Okay.
I just go. Be self-sufficient, please.
Mhm.
Like, I buy snacks like that where they can grab it on purpose, but I'm also like, save some for later.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm like, I'm training my mother. I'm like, no, eat. But I'm like, but don't eat all of it. But get a juice box. Like, get like 1 juice box per day. I'm
Right.
just like,
Yeah.
why? I'm like, I just bought that. I'm like,
Right.
and it's Thursday and we're already halfway gone. I bought it on Tuesday. I'm like, I can't eat it. And he's like, what the fuck? He's like, get him a juice jug. I'm like, no.
No,
That means I have to
that'll
pour.
be gone.
No, I'm lazy. I don't want to pour the juice. I'm like, if they can like get the juice box, I don't have to get off from my
Yeah.
seat. 'Cause once I start working, I want to be able to finish my task. If I have to stop every 5 minutes because your son is very thirsty, I use my nice words, and I have to pour my glass of juice, then I'm in the kitchen. I should wash the dishes.
Right.
And then I spilled something. The next thing you know, I'm like, I was writing a blog post that it's still in my draft for like 2 weeks because I didn't get him poured juice. I'm like, if I get the juice boxes, he can just get it himself.
Just pull,
And I can
grab
still,
and go.
My husband's
Do you? I just can't even. I couldn't work from home. It wasn't a thing that I could do. Like, are you able to focus when the kids are around? There's another direct to camera moment.
It depends on the time of the day. So my daughter is in school, Monday through Friday, 9 to 3:30. My son goes to the preschool, 9:30 to 12, Tuesday and Thursdays. So those are my days I call like my admin days, where I can like finally get in there and do some work. But the minute he comes home, like on a Tuesday, it's like, all right, let's go home. I'm like, here's the TV. I don't care. Go live your best life. And I can do some stuff. But like, I really can't do a lot of it until my husband is off of work. And then I'm like, all right, but I also don't want to be up late at night working. So I'm like, I'm at the point where it's like, I know I need to put in a good 8 hours a day to get work done. But I also like 8 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
And then and just like that whole like catch-22, it's like, well, you have to like work to build your company, but also you want to be able to make sure you get your 8 hours of rest, drink your water, and work out to maintain your mental health. And so I'm like,
so you need
but there's
36
only 24 hours in a single day.
I know, but as people say, but Beyonce has the same 24 hours. No, I love Beyonce, but fuck Beyonce. Beyonce has Tina Knowles. She's a whole staff. She has nannies. I don't have that.
No.
I have me. And Netflix and Disney Plus and Paramount Plus, whatever. And I have DoorDash and I have Uber Eats. And if it means that I don't get the blog post done because my son has hip hop lessons, then I won't get the blog post done. And I can no longer like get like make myself feel guilty for that.
Yeah. Because you started. So why you're here?
Why I'm here? Only took 31 minutes.
This is how
why I'm here.
Jamison and Bexley started when?
On or off the record? Like the official, like.
I found this on the web.
Not.
Okay, Siri.
Siri.
It's not about you, right?
Oh my god! It's my company pulled up actually.
Seriously?
Yeah. It said I found this on the web because it only took 31 minutes. Why I'm here? Jamison and Bexley started when Adventurous Clothes for Adventurous Kids on our website. That's funny.
Oh my gosh.
Interview with Jennifer. Oh my god, that's crazy.
She's spunky.
Oh my god, it's even my website. Oh my god. Siri, you dirty whore. No, so I started the company.
Siri doesn't trust your memory.
She
Is what
does.
you say. You're gonna forget all the stuff.
Yeah.
No, I'm not mad at it. I take screenshots a lot. I'm like, yeah, click. I started it when my son was born.
Okay.
So I started it September of 2017. But I was still working for. It wasn't Nationwide at that point. It was State Farm. So I was working for corporate America still, and so it was the side hustle.
Okay.
So I didn't put in as much effort that I do now.
And where did it start? Like, what was the first piece that you came out with?
Oh my gosh! So the reason I started the company because my daughter is like Tyra Banks. She's hella tall, very thin.
Yeah.
I don't know how that happened. Just kidding. Me and my husband are very tall and relatively thin but like COVID-19 pounds. So I was like, you really can't find pants that are long enough for her. And as a mother, like you go and you get the pants, and you get the little insert, you gotta just bunch it up, but then it gives them like a bubble butt type of thing.
Or the bunching on the
Yeah, which I'm like, I mean, it's okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine. But she's not in diapers.
Right.
Like she's a whole like potty trained person. Like this is weird,
Yeah.
suspicious. Get Off from Cardi B is my new tagline now. I'm like, that's weird, that's suspicious. So I wanted to create a product where I can do like customizable pants
Yeah.
for little kids. Kind of like when you go to American Eagle.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can get an 8 extra long. Why can't kids have that
Right.
luxury? My husband's like, that'd be a great idea, but no one knows who the fuck you are. So you'll come out here with pants. You're gonna be like, why should we buy from you? Who are you? You gotta start building your brand first. You know,
Yeah.
offering different options of kids clothing. I'm like, I hate it when you're right, but you're right. So I went and started buying wholesale. I remember the first thing I bought, it was a gray jumper, and it had like an X, like Team No Naps or whatever, or a black that says like love you to the moon.
Yeah.
And back, and there's like gray, and then there's one black, and it's like, I'm gonna buy this, it's gonna be great. I'm gonna buy 4 of each size because it's gonna sell out and it's gonna be great. That did not happen.
Okay.
I finally sold out of it, honestly, in 2020
Okay.
because I figured I'm gonna have a website.
Yeah.
People are gonna find me. They're gonna buy everything, all 2 items I have. They're gonna buy it, and it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
I didn't think about like advertising. SEO. I
What's
never
SEO?
search engine optimization.
Don't laugh at me.
I didn't know it was until 2020. I was like, what?
I'm not as techie as you
You
are.
have to put like keywords in.
Part of having a podcast involves SEO and everything. Like SEO is search engine optimization. It's basically like how easy is it for search engines to recommend you as the answer to whatever you're doing. And
This is why we work
can
together.
do it naturally, which is what we endeavor to do around here by generating hype, or you can buy it, which is expensive and can be very expensive. depending
You
on where
can
are.
buy it. I would have bought that shit back in December.
Oh man.
The fuck?
It's expensive if you buy your search engine. Basically, you just have to pay for like top results on Google, and
Oh.
because that's where everybody searches everything anymore. And,
Yeah.
you know, so and if you want to pay for it, you can do it, but you're paying against anybody else who does anything even remotely close to what you're doing, and those numbers go up real quick.
So we're not going to do that, is what you're saying.
We don't pay for it. No,
Right.
we come by it naturally because we're so dang
Toss,
good.
toss. Yeah.
Here at Boxland Media Studios, you know.
Here we
Yeah.
are.
So
But no, so I
Sorry,
didn't. So
I
I didn't.
derailed.
No, it's on point though. It's on brand. So
Yeah.
like, I didn't do any of that. I assumed
Just-
I'm gonna launch a website. They're gonna find me. They're gonna buy. No, I have to actually promote myself. I was like, wow. I gotta put it on my personal page.
Yeah.
I gotta tell the world I'm doing this. I gotta do like all these things. So like, I had to learn very quickly how to everything I went to college for, which was fashion and retail management.
Oh, wow.
But I graduated in 2012, and here it is, 2017. I was like, is this even relevant?
Huh.
Things have changed.
So
since
that's a
2012.
rapidly progressing industry.
Rapidly. So I had to learn all the things, and luckily I use Shopify for my website, and they have this thing with like Shopify University where you can take these courses to learn things. So I learned, the first thing I did during the COVID breakdown was I learned about SEO. And I took their course,
There you
and I
go.
was like, oh, I should have like words for these images so people can search.
Yeah. Okay.
Oops.
Huh.
And then I went in there and I added the keywords in, and then I remember I saw someone buy from me, and I wasn't even promoting. I was like, oh, I'm like, how'd they find me? Google. It's like, oh, it's working.
It's working.
I have to update my SEO. Actually, you just reminded me.
You don't have to do it right now.
Oh, I'm not gonna do it now, girls, and take a whole day.
Siri?
Hey girl, can you update
shoot.
my?
Now mine's talking.
See, there you go. But yeah, so so I started in 2017 with hopes of doing the pants, but I need to build a brand. So
Yeah.
started off small, and then my ADD was very kicking. I was like, oh, I like this stuff. This would be great. This would be great. This would be great. And it's like, wait, this isn't even the same type of thing I was trying to go for. So I did a whole rebranding in my head. All right, what do I want to offer people? What do I want to do? And then having an older daughter and a younger son, it's like I got a lot of hand-me-downs as a child. My daughter can't give her pink dress to her brother unless he wants that, and if he does, we love it.
Yep.
Love is love. You do you, boo boo.
Yep.
But as of right now, he likes cars.
Right.
Hot Wheels.
Yeah.
Matchbox.
Matchbox under the feet.
Legos. Ankle breakers. So it's what can we do that's maybe offer gender neutral styles? You go into a store and you see pink, floral, tutus, everything that I'm not as a woman.
Yeah.
And you go to the boys section, which is meh.
Yeah.
I'm here, bow tie,
Right.
suspenders,
Yeah.
blue.
Blue.
So I'm like, let me offer.
Minecraft T-shirt. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, Minecraft. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dinosaurs roar, but you
Yeah.
don't find dinosaurs on the girls section.
Right.
So I'm like, let me offer gender neutral.
Yeah.
Let me stop, and I went on my website and I took down boys, girls. I just have toddler, infant, kids. There's no boy, girl
Right.
at all. Now it's like it can be for anyone. And so now I'm doing like the gender neutral stuff.
Cool.
I have my aesthetic. It's like, I want my kids to look like kids and still be like kids and not have to be grown up. So I'm like, I need to offer things that keep kids looking like kids. I want my daughter wearing a crop top. First of all, you're 6, not 16. Even when you are 16, you're not wearing a crop top. Not in my damn house over my dead body. Please don't let me be dead by then. My husband would be like, your tits are covered. Your head of your best life. I'm like, but it's like, I want my kids to look like kids. Some of these clothing make the kids look older than they really are. And I'm like, as a mother, like,
It's
I can't.
scary.
It's scary. I want my daughter to be young. Like, she's losing her teeth. Who's this calling me? Oregon? Absolutely not.
Aw.
Oh, no one in Oregon. Nope, I have no black friends in Oregon.
I have a spam risk friend.
Do you?
Good friend. Spam risk.
Let's talk about my car's extended warranty. I'm like, it's been out of warranty for a decade. So stop. No, so it's like, I want my kid to look like kids. She's losing her teeth now. Tooth fairy already shelled out. Like, you know how much. Like, that damn tooth fairy. I'm like, I don't.
We're over that, and I could not be happier.
But no, I have another one. I'm like, my son's like, look, it's loose. I'm like, no, it's not. It's barely there. Stop it.
Just don't touch it. Don't touch it. Don't wiggle.
I need you to keep all your 20 teeth. But I'm like, I don't want her to be more grown than she needs to be. So I'm like, let's offer kids clothing that's comfortable. Keeps you looking like a kid. That way I won't like go and have an adventure and like take the best pictures at the beach or in its woods and just have fun.
Right.
And and then
That's awesome.
like the one shirt we have is like, I call it like a reminds me of like Tiger King.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is on brand. Okay. It's like a jungle crew neck sweatshirt that my daughter could wear with like a cute black skirt, you know. And then her brother could wear that same sweatshirt with some jeans and some high tops. I'm like, dude, this is a whole vibe. Like, I legit want this sweatshirt. Like, manufacturer can make this for adults. No, you don't. You're only kids. I'm like, well, that's racist.
That's cool.
She's like, that's not how this works. I'm like, whatever. I'm like, it's Black History Month. That's racist. Okay.
Do you, because you have your kids model the clothes, how do they feel about that? Are they pretty good?
My daughter loves it. My son's like, no. My daughter is, you put her a camera, well, depending on her day and her mood.
Yeah.
She'd be like, oh, I don't really want to model. And like,
So I'll be seeing her as a teenager in my class.
pretty much.
Okay.
And then you have my son, he's just like, no. And I'm just like, okay. But sometimes I'm like, Mommy, take my picture. I'm like, oh, crap. I get one shot. Click. Hopefully I got the shot.
Yeah.
I'm like, nope, it was backwards. It's all on my face. Damn it. So again, he's like, no, I'm done.
Yep, that was it.
Yeah, so
One moment.
depending on the day, they love it. I mean, my daughter knows it's for her store.
Oh, it's hers.
It's her store.
Yeah.
I'm working for her. It's like,
Right
oh.
on.
I'm like, well, I need a raise.
Uh-huh. Do we have benefits?
And I need benefits. I need paid vacation. Because this whole no paid vacation is a little bit ghetto. My son doesn't know what I do. I'm like, what do you do for a living, James? He's like, you work in the basement. What do I do? I don't know. On your computer. What clothing do I sell? My laundry.
Oh. He's humble.
The disrespect. The disrespect is real. I'm like, I work in a clothing store named after you. You do? Yes.
Yeah.
Mommy, I'm a little bit hungry. Can I have a snack? I use my nice words. Okay, you know what? We'll try this again next year.
And done. Thank you. Thanks for stopping by.
See, so I mean, they like. My daughter likes it. Sometimes my son, I gotta get him on a good day.
Yeah.
After breakfast.
Right.
After a juice box. And we got max 30 minutes
Right.
to do any type of photos, and then we're done.
That's 4. That sounds about right.
But yeah.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
And you've come a long way. Okay, the whole Drew Barrymore thing, how did that even happen?
Girl, that's a good question. People have been asking me this since it happened, and I can't even give a legitimate answer because I don't know. All I can do is give you what I think happened.
Okay.
So here's what I think happened. So this starts back in 2020.
Okay.
Jodie Turner-Smith tweeted back in June 2020, does anyone know of any black-owned kids clothing. I'm pregnant. I want to buy from a black-owned company. My friend Alana, who is on Twitter, which I still am like, do they do 140 characters still? What are we doing?
I don't do the Twitter.
I only go to Twitter when Facebook's down to confirm that Facebook is down.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
I'm like, Facebook's down. It's like, yep, all right, cool. It's not just me. I might get blocked. So my friend Alana commented on her tweet, my company. She tagged my company Twitter account, which I have. I'm like, I have like 5 followers.
Yeah.
I don't tweet. I'm just
either.
like,
nobody needs to know that much in my head.
I just have it so no one else can take it later. I'm so petty. Like, I got it first because it's mine. So she did this.
Yeah.
I'm go to Hockey Hills with my husband. I don't do hiking. I don't do anything without cell service. I've saw too many movies.
Yeah.
Black person always dies first. I'm like, babe,
It's just, I don't want to be murdered.
I don't want to die this way. I have so much life to live, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I want to build a company. And I started getting random sales. And I'm like, this is weird.
Huh.
What's happening?
Yeah.
And I'm looking on my website. I can see where the track was coming from. I'm like, U.S. Magazine. I'm like, who the hell? So I'm like, with my like 1-bar service, crappy Wi-Fi in Hocking Hills, I'm trying to Google U.S. Magazine plus Jamison and Bexley. And I see the article in U.S. Weekly, like, Drew Turner Smith, you know, buys from black-owned baby business.
Oh my
and
gosh.
they tag my company and the hyperlinks to my website. And I'm like, they're lying. This is fake. I'm gonna wait till we're on the road to confirm this. So we're driving back to to Westerville. I'm like waiting for 3 bars to come up. I'm like, 1, 2, 3 bars. All right, let me
That's
refresh.
a long wait in that part
That
of
is
the
a
state,
really
too.
long wait.
So you understand? I'm like faster. I was like, I gotta pee.
Nope.
You better hold the fuck
Nothing
on.
is
I'm
coming.
not peeing until you got 4 bars of service,
Yep.
mother. I didn't want to come here in the first place.
Yeah.
So I get there and I refresh it. And I'm like, it's legit. Like,
Yeah.
Judy Turner Smith bought for my company. Probably not with her real name for obvious reasons, you know. But I was like, holy shit. And people saw her tweet and they started buying from me. So then what I think happened was that same December 2020, Drew Barrymore had a little yellow book of black, I think just small businesses to shop from. And so she featured my business in her little yellow book.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if it's factual or not, because she saw that I was featured in U.S. Weekly or Us Weekly.
Yeah.
And so they put me on their Instagram account. Again, I'm getting random sales. I'm like, this is weird. The Drew Barrymore show like DM'd me because they tagged me. I was like, this is fake. Let me just look it up. And I'm like, no, this is legit.
This is real.
This is a blue check mark. There's a couple 100,000 followers. This is real.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness, this is crazy. So what I think happened is because I was in their little yellow book.
Yeah.
They were doing a small business contest. Sorry, I burped in my mouth. I wanted
No, you're fine.
to...
Much worse has happened on here. You're fine.
Okay, so they were doing a small business like contest, and they
Yeah.
did it in that March 2021 with Damon John from Shark Tank, and they had 2 small businesses. They go head to head. They had to pitch their business, and you can win a cash prize of like $10,000.
Yeah.
And so they were going to do that again, and so they wanted to feature another small business. So they reached out to me in September.
Oh my gosh.
So I get like this customer inquiry from my website. I'm like, this is fake. I get random people, things like that all the time. Like, hey, saw your website. I love it. You know, I can help you, make your SEO look great for only one small payment of $10,000, blah, 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 blah. I click this link, this goes, I'm like, I'm not, this is fake. I'm like, this guy seems legit. I'll Google him.
Right.
I Google him. Thank God for Google. I was like, oh, he works for the Drew Barrymore show. I'll call him. Let's have a conversation.
Yeah.
He's like, we want to feature you in another small business.
Oh
If
my
you're up for
gosh.
it, tell me a little bit about yourself, about your company. I'm like talking like, yeah, so blah 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 blah. And then they were like, yep, we want to do it. We want to fly you out on October 14th. Then film the 15th, head back the 16th. If you're up for it, and I was like, yeah, cool. He's like, all right, go home, send me some pictures of your your office, like some B-roll. Get it to me ASAP. I'll send you some more info. I'm like, all right, great. I go home, take pictures, go to send it, and he's like, sorry, we had to scratch the show. We'll get back to you. And I was just like, okay, everything's fine. Everything's fine. I'm not gonna cry.
Oh my gosh.
Bawled. I was like, I'm worthless. No one wants me. This is terrible. And I cried for like 24 hours. And then I remember I was doing this mantra, and I was trying to say it for like 3 days. I found on TikTok. It was like, I don't chase, I attract was meant for me will simply find me. I remember I picked up my son from school. It was like on a Thursday. And it was actually early October at this point. And I said the mantra, I don't chase, I attract was meant for me for simply find me. And I was like, you know what? Affirmation, like I will be on the Drew Barrymore show. I will be successful and I will do great things.
Yeah.
The producer calls me right then.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm like, hello? He's like, hey girl. I'm like, yes. So we're going back, and actually this is like the week before this all happened. So we talked to end of September, and we were talking, and then they canceled it, and they're like, well, we're going back and we're doing the show. Are you still available to come next week? I was like, I got anxiety, man. This whole up and down roller, like my eyes are swollen from
mess
crying.
with my heart.
Quit
playing games with my heart.
I was like, I had a hair appointment, boy. Like I had to cancel get my weave in. I was halfway packed. I wasn't packed. I was just wanting to fuck up. He's like, I'm so sorry. Like I understand. I was like, it's okay. I'll be there.
I'll see you soon.
And then legit, like it went from saying yes. I was like, all right, cool. Submit the video that you have.
Yeah.
And then it went from like that. Like I was doing. They interviewed me like through Zoom for like the show. Talked to another producer because his last day was like that Friday. So his last dying wish was like to get me on the show. I was like, okay.
Aw, that's awesome.
His name is Harrison. Hey, Harrison.
Harrison.
I'm not mad at you anymore. It was like a 24-hour. Like, I hate him. Fuck men. Men are trash.
But he's okay now.
Now I'm like, oh my god, I'll name my next kid Harrison. I'm kidding. I won't.
Men are trash, though. That is accurate.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, they are.
That's fair.
So, and then, they flew me out, like, that Wednesday. I couldn't say anything to anyone because, but I'm like, I'm also like, I talk a lot. If you haven't noticed, so I told all my girlfriends, like, I'm going to New York, y'all. I'm going to be on the Drew Barrymore show. And then my one friend helped me revamp my website because I didn't realize it was going to air that Friday.
Oh.
And when I realized it, luckily we were already preparing for this, I was dumb and didn't realize the time was going to air. But so they flew me out Wednesday. I went to see Central Park for the first time ever by myself. One of the little horse carriage ride. Took all these like pictures I haven't posted on social media yet because I'm having imposter syndrome.
That's
like
okay.
people are gonna think I'm bragging, but I should
totally
brag.
Get it. Totally get it.
And then they filmed Thursday. I got the check. And I found out that day, half an hour before we went on stage. She was like, so you know how you thought it was going to be like a business like competition? You had to pitch your idea. I was like, yeah. She's like, there's no other person. It's just you. I was like, what?
Oh.
And she's like, what do you need? I'm like, I need whiskey. I need a shot of whiskey. Do you have bourbon? I need alcohol. She's like, you don't have that. I was like, I need something. You're telling me like 30 minutes before I go out, there's no other business.
It's just you.
It's just me.
Yeah.
I'm like, I think I peed myself. Where's the bathroom? I'm pretty sure I just peed myself. I tinkled. I need spray down there. Like, I don't know. And then I went out there, and the whole time I had my hands like this.
Yeah.
People thought I was like, oh, you're being so professional. It's like, no, I was rubbing the inside of my palm to calm myself down. Yeah. And I was like, kind of like, just push it in to slow down. And I'm like, rubbing it. And then
self-awareness.
Yeah, and I'm like, kind of speak like articulately.
Yeah.
And then I remember Barbara, who like on Shark Tank, she's like, I hate when women cry. So when I got the check, I was like, oh, I could cry. She was like, do it. I was like thinking, no, you don't like it when girls cry. I'm not crying in front of you.
Yeah.
I watch Shark Tank every single episode. I am not crying. It's mascara. It's gonna run. I don't know if it's waterproof at all. Like,
it's insane. And then you flew home.
And then I flew home with this big check on my waist.
Oh, did you really?
And my little carry-on and my book bag. And I'm like, I'm not gonna put this in cart now. This is come on the plane with me. People thinking I'm like, I was like, I was on the Drew Barrymore show. Watch me tomorrow. I'm like, it'll be on at 3 p.m. Yeah, I was an idiot. It was on at 3 p.m. in Ohio. I forget that shows air at different times in different areas.
Oh, yeah.
So I wake up the next day. I'm all like, I'm a princess. God is beautiful. Everything is great. This is so cool. You know, I'm walking down the steps, my little robe on, like, good morning. Good morning, birds. This is great. I had to call at like 10 a.m. with someone, and I hear cha-ching, cha-ching in my background. I was like, what the fuck is happening? And it's like 10:30, and then DMs on IG. I just saw you on the Drew Barrymore show. Oh my god, I love your whole story. I was like, oh, it's so great. Where are you? I'm in New York. And I was like, fuck. It airs at different times in different areas. And then I had a complete like anxiety attack. I was like, oh my god, my website hasn't been updated. I thought I'd have until 3 to update the website and like to launch it. So my friend was like, we'll do it now. She's like, ready? 3, 2, 1, refresh. And then legit halfway through, like people be on the website, we like changed the layout completely.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm just like,
Yeah.
I just keep hearing cha-ching, and followers, and DMs, and texts. I'm just like,
Oh my
I didn't
God.
even tell my mom yet,
Yeah.
really, my dad. And then, like, I was like, I'm gonna go to Jimmy John's because I just need a Vito. I'm hungry. I'm over here, like, freaking out. I'm like, so I went to Jimmy John's. My friend calls me. She's like, girl, you're on NBC4 right now. I see your face. And I'm like, you're lying. She's like, you FaceTimed me. She showed me. And then I look at this girl next to me in her car. She looks at me. I look at her. I was like, do you think she knows? So I put, like, my sunglasses on, my mask. And, like, I'm such a celebrity now. And,
Incognito time.
Absolutely. It's like, I'm here for my Vito. I'm like, when she voice, I'm like, I'm here for my Vito. I don't even know who I am. They're like, here. I was like,
And what's the name on that? Francisco.
I'm like, Sanger.
Would you like extra cheese? Shit, I can afford that. Yes.
I know, like, I'm rich, But yeah, that was that day. Like, I still, even talking about, like, sometimes I don't tell people I was on it 'cause I feel like
Yeah.
it didn't really happen. And then I'll casually be like, yeah, how my name's Jennifer, I was on the Drew Barrymore show. They're like, whoa, pause.
Let's go back to
You
that.
just went through that like it was nothing. I was like, oh, like, aren't you excited? I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you don't seem like it. I was like, I think I'm still processed.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe, like, it might have been such an unreal experience.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that couldn't have happened. That was a dream. It was a
Sometimes
dream.
I'm like, did I even deserve to be on this show? Like, I get so stuck in my head. Like, my imposter syndrome is so real. And I'm trying to figure out why. Today's Therapy Thursday. So I'm like, I'm going to go there. Like, hey, so I was interviewed and now let's talk about this.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't feel like sometimes I don't deserve it.
I get that.
And then, like, entrepreneurship is so weird where it's like you have great days. You're like, yeah, I'm amazing. This is great. I have so many sales. And you have, like, no sales. You're like, I'm a piece of shit. I'm trash. I'm closing down my business. I have no business doing this anymore. And that's like this week. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? I have no sales. Something is wrong with me. I shouldn't be a business owner. And I'm just like, now I go up to my office and I see that check that's just sitting there. I'm just like, no, get out your head. You're amazing. You're amazing. You're amazing. And I'm like, crying. I'm like, I'm amazing. I'm amazing. This is so great. I'm amazing. I think I'll spend some more money that Drew Barrymore gave me because I have it.
We talk about that a lot, just in, this academy being less than a year old at this point. It's just, there's so many days where it's just like, why?
Yeah.
Why am I doing this? No, I can't, I'm not good enough to be doing this. Yeah. And then there's other days where we walk around like, how did that just happen? Why are people coming out of the woodwork? What's happening?
When you DM me, I was like, she wants to interview me. Like, does she not know how much of a hot fucking mess I am? Like,
well, now we know each other, so you can see it's pretty mutual.
Yeah, I was just like,
and you know what? Had we known, we still would have invited.
yeah,
like,
we like hot messes.
Yeah,
like,
that's
people like, can you come talk? Like, I did a talk for Capital University. Like, can you come talk to my fraternity about being a business owner? I was like, do y'all not know that sometimes I don't think I'm a business owner?
right.
Like, sometimes I'm just like.
You know what, though? I think it's important to know that and acknowledge that because, like, when I was growing up, like, nobody acknowledged that. That was just, like, you kept your weaknesses hidden, right?
Yeah.
But, like, knowing that, like, other people have that, knowing that, like, Paul McCartney has imposter syndrome makes it so much easier to just go, okay, no, relax.
It's real.
Yeah.
But no one really talks about it, and I see on social media, it makes me so angry. Everyone points out, like, the positives. Like they only show the good stuff. Like, oh, I'm out here, have this pose photo, like, I'm living my best life, I'm such an influencer, and my life is grand. And then you go to my side, I'm just like, bro, I'm fucking tired. Man.
Yep.
Like, I've been trying to get pregnant since September. The shit's not fucking working. My uterus is broken. I'm trying to run a business and raise these kids, and I feel like I'm failing at both sometimes. My daughter's going through, like, I don't know, puberty. She hates someone. She's listening to emo music. Whatever, live your best life. My son may be autistic, and I'm trying to get him diagnosed, but also I'm like, do I really want to know? Like, I'm just like...
Yeah.
And then, but people, like, they appreciate the authenticity. Like, I love how raw you are and how authentic you are. And I was like, really? 'Cause my husband looks at me like, maybe you shouldn't share that.
No, but that's what I'm drawn to.
Yeah.
I want that more than the fake, the successful. Because it's sort of like, really? That's it?
Yeah.
And then you look at yourself like, wow, I'm horrible in comparison to you.
Oh, that's what it was. You see all these people like, oh, my house is so clean. I have 3 kids. I'm like, I think I did a reel, and I was trying to take a picture, a selfie, and I accidentally was going to take a real picture.
Yeah.
It was on video, and I'm like trying to look for a good place in my room to do it, but there's so much trash, and I was like, no, I'm gonna record this, and me just doing like a 360, trying to get the best without any trash in the background, and I was like, this is what you're gonna get, and I posted that on like IG Reels, and so many people were like, dude, like, yes, this is so me. I'm like, you can't take a good picture with good lighting, because that's where the most of the mess is, and you have like underwear and bras and jacket, and then you have a Lego, and you have a Barbie, then you have a LOL doll fucking shoe. I'm like, the fuck, and you have a dog toy.
LOL dolls.
LOL doll? You have boys, don't you?
I have an older...
Oh, LOL dolls weren't around for your...
Okay.
They're like the... It's like,
are they the big head ones?
Mm-hmm. But they're like the girl version of Legos. The accessories are so tiny, and they're just everywhere.
So no LOL, really?
No LOL.
There's nothing LOL about them.
No, nothing's laughing out loud. Maybe when I fall and go to the hospital, I'm laughing. I knew it. It'd be one of you.
My husband used to think it was lots of love.
I don't know. It's lots of...
Lots of something.
Lots of something. But no,
Yeah.
just like... I'm trying to be more authentic.
Yeah.
I don't know how to be fake. But I've had people who were close to me say that I'm fake. And that's where I kind of like stop. Like, I shouldn't post that because they think I'm fake. But I'm like, not they. One person thinks I'm fake. But like, because like of how close we were.
Yeah.
I take that, and I still like hold on, like, oh, I shouldn't post that, I shouldn't do that. But like, people are like, dude, like, we love you, so it's like I need to focus on like listening to like the love and getting rid of the hate. But the hate,
it's so much more powerful.
So much more powerful.
Yeah.
But I'm just like,
and I think the challenge of what we've run into, like, you have to post. Like, you want to get the word out, you have to do
you have to
lot
do, you
of
have
posting.
to do the thing, you have to do the work, and then I feel guilty because I'm like, what my husband sees when we try to fight about it, that's like, you see I'm on my phone when you come down from your office to get lunch. But what you didn't see before that was I was dealing with your son, taking him to the bathroom. He pooped, and you stopped wiping his ass. Why he can't do it himself right now? He's 4 years old. If you
yeah, I know.
ugh, but whatever. I'll help you wipe your ass. I'm glad you pooped in the toilet.
That's true.
No, picking
Picking
my
the battles.
Picking my
All
battles.
factory.
You
Yeah.
pooped in the toilet and you didn't clog it this time because he'd be having some massive ass shits, like the size of my foot. I'm a size 9.5. His poop be coming out. I'm like, how?
What?
He's like, got the big poopy, mommy. I'm like, ew, and it's stinky.
I think it's because they wait so long
They
at
do,
that age.
yeah.
They're like, I don't want to do it
But like,
now.
he'll go like every other day. I'm like, this is still the same. I'm like, he likes macaroni and cheese. The cheese girl. But like, I'll whip his ass. I'll clean up the whatever, and then I'll take a minute for a break to sit.
Right.
Open
And
the
that's
phone.
what's seen.
And after my husband says, like, you're always on your phone. I'm like, murder is a sin. I'm like, he pays the mortgage.
Yeah.
He pays the mortgage. He pays the mortgage. And my cell phone bill. I'm like, but it's in my name. I could report his phone stolen. I'm like, no, he needs to work. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, so it's like trying to find a balance of like working, but also being present.
It's so hard.
And I'm like, maybe, I'm like, and not maybe, I know once my son goes to he'll be in pre-K starting this fall full time.
Yeah.
Then I can be like, all right, cool. Take the first one at 9 o'clock to her school. Take him to pre-K, you know, full time at like 9:30.
Yep.
Now I can make a schedule from 9 to whatever, and
Yeah.
that's all business, whatever. But then it's like, what am I gonna do? Just not do anything until then?
Right. Not true.
I have to do something. So it's just trying to find the balance and not feel like I'm a bad mom. And no one says I'm a bad mom but me. I'm like, I'm a bad mom. My daughter has her tablet all the time. She's listening to Fifi Dobson, like my son's listening to Newfound Glory, or I'm playing Kendrick Lamar and he's saying, my left stroke just went viral. I'm like, you sure did. You tell him, babe. I'm like, fuck, what does that even mean?
Okay.
Don't say that. I can't. But I'm like, also I have to run a business, and if I want to make money, I have to like spend money. But I hate spending money.
Yeah.
And whenever I spend money, I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna be broke.
Yeah.
But I have to get merchandise. But also I have to market myself. I have to pay for marketing. I got to pay for ads. But I'm like, but my kids need. There's so much. And then when you're, as you know, an entrepreneur, like you don't have anyone above you to go to besides your personalities.
Yep.
So I'm like, I'm in a meeting with my personalities. And I'm like, what are we going to do? And I'm looking at my husband's like, who's talking? I'm like, I'm talking to myself. Because that's all I got.
That's all you have.
And I'm kind of like, that's all I got. And you have a boss. And I don't have a boss. And I want a boss. But I don't want the fucking boss.
But you don't. No.
I don't. But I do, but I don't.
Yeah.
And I ask him, he's like, well, I'm like, I don't like your ideas, fuck you, go to hell. And he's like, you just asked. I'm like, no.
And that's why it has to be you.
It has to be me, but it's so
It's
stressful.
because there's a standard that you are unwilling to compromise on.
Yeah.
You know?
But you've done the corporate thing. I mean, you know what it's like having to
Answer
probably
someone.
be micromanaged
Yeah.
at some point in time.
And it's like, I keep saying, like, this has to succeed because I cannot go back to corporate America.
Yep.
And I keep saying this thing, and I'll say it again. Like, I feel like I'm on the brink of a breakthrough.
Mm-hmm.
But this one thing I'm missing. And I know that one thing it's missing is I'm holding myself back. I feel like my imposter syndrome is what's holding me back from being greatness. And once I can figure out how to get over that, the floodgates are going to open.
Will you let me know when you find out how to get over
I
that?
ask my therapist every other Thursday from 2 to 3. I'm like, is there a book I can read? I've been crying. She's like, no. I was like, I just want it to be gone. She's like, I know. I was like, but no, really. What
Tell
book
me.
can I buy on
Right.
Amazon? I'll have my Prime right now. Let me
Is
just.
there a quiz I can do on
I know, girl. I'm like, I know. I'm an Enneagram 3. I'm an introverted extrovert. I'm an introverted extrovert.
Okay.
Or extroverted introvert, whatever.
I think they go back and
Yes, I'm an Enneagram 3. I like long walks on the beach. JK, no, I don't. I don't like sand on my feet. I don't like the sweat. It makes my afro come out, but I need to work out. The struggle, you know?
Yeah.
I'm like, how do I tell myself that I'm deserving of everything that's happening to me and not feel guilty and not be stuck in my own? And it's like, just do it. I just have to just do it. And I'll probably do it today because I'm motivated now, hearing myself talk.
Yeah.
But I
No,
can't come to you every Thursday. I'm like, let's talk for an hour.
You can, honestly. It'd be fun.
I'm gonna pull up like, hey, I have a laptop. I'm just gonna sit here and work. Like, you can record me. I'm like this. Oh shit, you know. But it's like you almost need to find people who get you, who are in the same boat as you, because you have your friends that like are your friends are like, yeah, we will support you, but like we don't know what the fuck you're going through. You can come to us for advice, and we're just like.
Yeah.
And you have friends that like kind of get it, and they're like, dude, I get it.
Yep.
I gotta support you. Like, you want to talk it out? Let's talk. You have an idea? Let's talk it out.
Yep.
And you need people like that. Like, you're like, I want to talk this idea out to you. With that entrepreneur mindset. Or you say, hey, I think I should do this. What are your thoughts? And you're like, bitch, if you don't post that shit right now, post that shit.
Yeah. Stop talking and post. Stop talking and post.
I'm that person to all my other friends, but I need to be it to myself.
I'll come here. We do that a lot to each other.
Yeah. It's how we work. Honestly.
That's what I need. I need some. Like, sometimes I have interns, which is crazy. Like, I'm nothing, but I'm like, I have interns that come over, and I'm just like, I can't say that a year ago. Like, I have I have interns, and each of them have a different role, which I should be like, I'm fucking great. I have interns.
Yeah, you have interns
and I'm like,
that want to be there.
Yeah, and when they're there, I'm just like, talk to them and they're like, yeah. I was like, I just need to be around people. I just need to be around people that can pee and poop and whip their own ass. Who know what I'm
we're
doing.
Both capable of that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So,
Who can get their own
right?
who can pay for their own, who can drive themselves places if they need to leave. Like, I need adults over the age of 18.
Yep.
21.
21.
Yeah, 21. That can just like sit and work, but not have to pay. Well, if you pay $500, you can.
No.
No, because everyone wants your fucking money the minute you get money.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, dude, someone's like, well, I can be your personal brand special stylist for $750 a month, but minimum 6 months.
What?
I was like, I got 20,000, not 200,000. The fuck you? And I got paid taxes on that.
Yeah.
Which I should probably stop spending it.
It's all right. I love that you talk about that, the imposter syndrome, because it's just nobody likes to admit they have it, but we all have it.
It's not talked about. It's like taboo.
It is.
Because like
It's like,
people don't
you
talk about
have imposter syndrome.
like people don't talk about being pregnant the first 13 weeks, but I think if women talked about that, and if they go through a miscarriage, they would have a support system to go through that. People suffer in silence so much. That's why I'm actually like blogging the whole trying journey. Cause
awesome.
I've had a rainbow baby. My daughter's a rainbow baby. I had a stillbirth and I had a miscarriage. I had to suffer in silence with the miscarriage. Like, it sucks and trying to get pregnant, and when you're geriatric and everything's harder. And
What a horrible term.
I'm like, that is so disrespectful. I'm gonna talk to your manager. I know they didn't do it, but like, who's the manager of the manager of the managers? Like, that's so disrespectful. My vagina is fine.
Yeah.
I think.
It's not walking on a cane. It's okay.
No, I mean, maybe it is.
Maybe,
Sorry,
I don't know.
he's the man here. He's like, oh, this is great.
He's used to it.
Okay,
I'm very
but
used to it.
you know, I'm just like, people go through, and there's so many people that I know that like have had miscarriages, and they just didn't tell anyone because no one knew they were pregnant. And so I posted a blog, and I had like my negative HCG test. I'm like, dude, like this shit sucks. Like, you think you are, and then you get that negative, and then you get your period, and then you feel like you're worthless, and you're crying.
Yep.
But also, like, you add that to, I have to raise the kids I have in front of me.
Yep.
They still have to go to school.
Right.
You know?
I have to do the exact same things and not change.
Yeah, they can't see me crying, you know. I have to get, this blog out. I want to be consistent and get it out every Tuesday or every 2 weeks, you know, and I'm in bed crying. And I'm in my son's Paw Patrol twin-size bed because he crawled into my king-size bed and kicked me in the back, so now I'm in his bed, which is completely ghetto. Like, I'm pretty sure he peed, and I didn't know he peed in his bed. Now I smell like urine.
Yeah.
But I'm sitting
Great night of
there
sleep.
crying, next to like Mickey Mouse and like Buzz Lightyear and then some cars, and I'm like sitting there and I'm like crying, but like I gotta be up in like 30 minutes. I gotta toughen up, take the kids to school, and I can't let them see me upset.
Yeah.
It's like we don't talk about things that you shouldn't talk about. Like, we need to talk about these things because people.
So common. I'm one of those.
Yeah,
and I didn't say anything about it at the time.
It's almost like therapeutic.
It is. I talk about it now. Because my son's the rainbow baby, and at that point I was like done.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want the wanting ever again. It was just like I can't do that again. It was enough to get him in the picture.
Yeah.
But I started posting about it a couple of years after. It was like, I actually announced it on Facebook when we were pregnant. Not smart. 6 weeks pregnant, lost it at 7 weeks.
Yeah.
And I didn't go back and post, oh, hey, by the way, remember when I said I was pregnant?
Yeah.
I miscarried. Because people don't do that.
No. It's
and
taboo.
I had a friend that lost a baby at birth. And I always remember her statement, nobody wants to talk about dead babies. Which is it sounds so icky, but it's so true.
It's so true.
And we don't.
No.
You know? Which sucks, and we should. And we should make it less of a stigma. And what is it, 1 in 4? That's a heater.
And I was like, ooh, you got body slam.
We do wrestling in the back.
I was like, turn the camera around on this. I got money on so-and-so.
It's a little sumo that we have back.
But no one talks about it. Like, when I had a stillbirth when it was 2008. So, I think I just turned, I was 22.
Okay.
36 weeks pregnant. I remember I remember the day. It was September 15th. I was at work, and he was a boy. His name was Jaden Decree. And my son is named Jamison Decree after his brother and his daddy. Different guy. Of course, my husband met him 2 years later. But I remember at work before, like, I remember at 3:30 every day, he would kick, like, Mama, I'm hungry. What you doing? And so that day, it was like 3:45, he didn't kick. I was like, something's off. I did the whole thing, like drink the cold water, lay down, drink a Pepsi,
it's nothing.
Sugar, I went to the hospital, and it was like something out of a movie where like they put the Dopplers on, the nurse paged the doctor comes in, and it kind of like I went like quiet, but I hear the doctor crying, and I just like I knew what it was, and they had to induce me. I had to give birth to a dead baby the next day. And I'm just like...
Did you get to hold him?
I did, and I cried. And my dad, tough African man, never cried for anything in his life. He held us, and I saw him have like that one tear.
Oh, God.
The first time I ever saw my dad cry. Ever. And I was so angry at that moment because my parents were like, Mom always said, if you get pregnant, you don't come back home. You don't do that because like we're not going to take care of this baby. So I'm like thinking... All right, I was dating this guy. He was abusive. I got pregnant. I'm like, I gotta stop drinking. Like, I gotta turn my life around. And so I went from like being like this party girl, always out doing no drugs, just like drinking. To I gotta turn the studio apartment into like a baby safe place, and I did in 36 short weeks. Gosh. And then just to lose him, and everyone, you hear the whole. Everything happens for a reason. No. It wasn't meant to be. I'm like, shut the fuck up. No one wants to hear that. Like, and my family was very like, you don't grieve, like you cry and then you get over it. And so I was like forced to like suppress it.
Yeah.
For so long. And so like being able to talk about it and not feel like it's like not like, oh, I'm like talking about it and being okay to talk about it. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And then like he had the 13th anniversary was this past September and I'm like, I would have had 13.
Yeah.
I'm like, the fuck? Like he'd be dating, playing football, unless he can't play football, then he can be like the water boy, depending if the guy's like his daddy's
There's
genes.
always theater.
He could be like a dancer, like his little brother. But I'm like,
yeah.
So I wrote this letter as if it was like his. You know how people do those like heartfelt birthday posts on Facebook for their kids. I did that for him as if he was here.
Yeah.
I was like, your dog likes when you walk, and thank you for playing cards with Jamison. Thank you for taking the crackheads away from your brother. And like the crackhead, and then like I felt better, like acknowledging him as an actual person instead of like this taboo thing, and people are like, dude, like, thank you for doing that.
I think that's where, I know it's hard to look over the imposter syndrome, but you are an influencer, and things like that, when you can get those kinds of stories out to people, not even for your own, I mean, there is a benefit for you as well, but I love that it's just like, here's the words that need to be heard. Just take them. If you, here's my gift to you. If you don't want it, that's fine. I'll give my gift to someone else.
My one friend Manny's like, yeah, you're an influencer. I was like, no, I'm not. I'm like, I got 1,300 followers on Facebook and on Instagram. I'm not an influencer. And then my friend Nicole's like, am I an influencer? I'm like, am I influential? She's like, you are the most honest influencer. Okay, you don't even know you're an influencer. I was like, I'm like, where's my 10K?
I know, right?
Real influencers are like, I'm not an influencer, and phony influencers are like, I'm an influencer.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm an influencer. Like, people look at me, like, want to be like me. Like, do they know I'm a hot mess? Oh, they want to drink with me. They want to drink with me.
Yes.
Let's drink.
Let's all do that.
Let's all drink.
I am so proud of you.
Thank you.
You're doing amazing things. And I know that that's not what we hear every day, but hear it now. Like, you're doing amazing things. It was such a joy.
It's not amazing laundry. It's a whole pile.
I suck at laundry. It lives on it's like, oh, I folded it, and it's going to live on the couch for a week, where I can pull from it when I need this article of clothing.
I don't do my husband's laundry. I'm like, here's your clean clothes, fold the shit. It's been a month. Basket for a month. I'm like, I'm not putting it away. You're a grown-ass man.
Yeah, that.
I'm not your mother. Call her. Try Jesus, not me. You should know better. What you got? Fucking laundry.
Try Jesus, not me.
Well, thank you.
Thank you for
chatting.
me.
And,
yes.
Keep us posted on.
Are we Facebook friends yet?
I don't know.
We
should be.
Yes, we will.
Yeah. But thank you for coming on the podcast.
Yes.
And tell people how to find all of your information.
Oh my gosh, all of them. So
not everything. Not like social security number. Don't share that.
It's one. It's 8675309.
Hey, Jenny.
Jenny. Only people that are millennials will know that. Gen Z's like, I don't get it. I try to call her and it's not working.
What's the area code?
555. So business at Jamison with an I, not an E like the alcohol, and Bexley, and that's the same for Facebook and TikTok. Fun personal is Jennifer.Sanger on TikTok and Instagram. And if you go on my TikTok, I actually went viral the other day getting a Jell-O shot.
Nice.
I'll show it to you when you're recording.
Yeah.
Boxland Media. Think big.